For God can only speak truth. The New Testament says God who cannot lie. He knows equally the truth of salvation and the truth of science. There is no thing that he does not know. When science sets itself against God's revelation, it ceases to be science. It becomes ignorance. It becomes an ignorant religion. It took till 1628 for William Harvey to get it straight. Leviticus 17:11 says the life of the flesh is in the blood. You say, oh, that's a spiritual saying. You're right. It's a sacrificial saying. You're right. It's also scientifically correct, isn't it? The Bible doesn't make mistakes. In 1953, a medical book came out entitled Personality Manifestations in Psychosomatic Illness. It really became an important book, and today we know a lot about psychosomatic illness, and this book discussed how emotions can cause debilitating and even fatal illness. And the book had diagrams in it of the emotional center of the brain from which nerve fibers descend to every area of the body. And because of these intricate connections with that emotional center of the brain sending out all those nervous impulses through that system, it is understandable that any emotional trauma, any emotional stress, any turmoil in that emotional center can send out impulses through the fibers of the nerve system, can cause anything from headaches to foot itch and on into serious things. The book recorded, and it's, of course, a recognized, accurate book, that the emotional center produces illness in 3 ways. Number 1, changes the amount of blood flow. And you can get a good illustration of it by somebody who gets mad. Automatically the blood rushes to his face. In many cases he gets red. Or he gets embarrassed and he gets red. Emotional stress can increase the amount or decrease the amount of blood flow and consequently cause disease. Secondly, emotional stress at the center of the nervous system can affect secretions of certain glands. Have you ever been very nervous before you were to give a speech and have your mouth dry up? The very emotional thing that's going on in your brain sends certain impulses through your nervous system that dries up the glands that provide the fluid in your mouth. Now, what happens is, for example, when you get an excess pressure on the emotional stress, for example, excess thyroxine is produced by emotion. It is poured into the bloodstream. It produces goiter and even fatal heart disease. All is a matter of emotion. Not only that, the third way that emotion changes physical health is by creating muscle tension. The nerves affect the muscles, and the muscles tighten up and become tense. You say, well, that's nice that they discovered all that. What does it have to do with what you're talking about? Well, I want you to know the Bible anticipated all of that. The Bible knew that your emotions were very, very important in terms of your health. Listen to Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb. Now listen. Beautiful. Sweet to the soul. Are you ready? Health to the bones. You see, God knew that emotional stress, that anger, that criticism, that whatever it is that were the sour words could affect physical health. And that's right there. There's no way those people could have clinically discovered that. God revealed it. Proverbs 17:22. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. Yeah, a happy person is a healthy person, right? An unhappy one is an unhealthy one.